Hey everybody, welcome back. So a while back I posted a deal that Old Western Scrounger was running on their website. I want to say they had like a 20% off coupon code, and you guys didn't get a lot of notice on it because quite frankly I didn't realize it myself. But I did end up getting one of their, I'll try to insert a picture up here in the top left, a Spanish 18 3/4 inch coach gun that has the double extractors, not the ejectors, but the extractors. Those are those Spanish double barrel shotguns side by sides that they cut down. A lot of people actually use those for cowboy action shooting competitions. And then I also got a Spanish over under 12 gauge, which the original price on it was $450. But it was, it has the screw-in chokes, or stated it had the screw-in chokes. I'll try to put another photo up here. And it had dual extractors and ejectors, which obviously are a little harder to manufacture, more costly. Additionally, let's see, what else was I going to say? I totally went blank there. Anyway, so they had those. I do not know if they came with chokes. We're going to look at that today. But anyway, they had those for $450, and then you had a 20% coupon code for all of it, which I thought was a pretty good deal. And so today we're going to look at them. Now I have went through and covered up my serial numbers because these are not CNR weapons. This is the box as I got it from a local gun shop. What's interesting though is this thing shipped out of Plantsville, Connecticut. Now, if you guys know anything about Old Western Scrounger, I believe they're located in West Virginia. So I don't really know what's up with that, but be that as it may, without further ado, let's dive off into it. Let's see what we got in here. I have no clue what to expect. In terms of looking at it closely, I did look at it briefly in the gun shop. And yes, once again, I'm probably going to move this box to make a little bit of room on the table here. Let's get the rest of these pieces out because this shotgun, or these shotguns, are in pieces. Oh, one of them is because it's so stinking long. Get the barrel out. And then let's get this box off the table. Now, if you guys know anything about European shotguns, you know that they have serial numbers everywhere. So I did have to go through quickly and cover everything up. So it is what it is, guys. Wow, somehow that got stuck in there. This is a cluster and a half. Anyway, so this is the 12 gauge Spanish side by side. Now, if you guys notice, if you guys have a keen eye, I may have to insert pictures. This has some gorgeous hand scroll work on it. Now, these are just cylinder bore. These were, once again, cut down, and then a new bead put on the end. It says made in Spain. Now, there are no cracks in the stock from what I can tell. It's just kind of rougher looking, you know, just rougher grain, rougher finish. But definitely makes an excellent looking coach gun. Now, from what I understand, the guy at the gun shop was telling me, you know, hey, I believe that's actually an EI bar side by side. Let me get this moved so we can take a little bit of a closer look. So when you look at the tag, there's really no information on it. Of course, Navy Arms. Of course, I've covered up part of my serial, but you know, it's not a bad looking shotgun. It's just a cheaper one, just a cheaper Spanish one. You know, you do have your selector here, front to back, and then side to side, well, not side to side, but front to back for safe and fire. Of course, this is unloaded. As you guys can see, there's your extractors. And down the bore looks good. Let's go ahead and take this handguard off, or forearm rather, and then you will see some of the proof marks here. Once again, if you guys can't see them, if it's not focusing, I'll put a picture up here in the top left. You know, it's not a bad, it fits together really good. It's not bad looking. It's just, you know, It's just, I guess, inexpensive. There you see Navy Arms, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Now, why did these ship from Connecticut? I don't know. Then you see all kinds of proof marks on there. And then you also see, similarly, a whole bunch of proof marks on the barrel here, or barrels. And I think this thing was made in like 1970. That's my guess. But let's put this back together real quick. There we go. And she locks in good. I mean, it's just a cheap, essentially just a cheap coach gun. Now, I opted for the one, it's interesting. I want to say I opted for one with more of a straight stock, but this is kind of more of a pistol grip. But I will say this, when you pull this up to your shoulder, it's right there. I mean, it's right where it needs to be. It's quick target acquisition. I do like that about it. But just a nice, cheap coach gun. Probably be something pretty decent, I guess, for home defense or truck gun or whatever you want to call it. You know, nothing fancy, nothing special. But once again, I do believe that is an EI bar. For those of you that know a lot more about these than I do, they had one heck of a time doing the 4473 on this. I felt sorry for the guy because we didn't have a clue what we were looking at, and the tag really didn't tell us other than Spanish. So, whatever. Alright, so the other one was this one. Now, I thought I was getting an AYA. I thought that's what they were going to send me because I thought that's what, well, that's what I saw in the pictures. However, what I got was a Lanber, L-A-N-B-E-R. Of course, this is just an over-under. You have your safety as well as your barrel select. So, and it functions just fine. Let me just show you that real quick, at least the back end of it. It does have a nice rubber butt pad, is the original one. But it looks good. I mean, I have no complaints. It's nice looking. Of course, it says it does take the screw-in chokes. Now, one of the nice things that I did find, if you guys notice this tag, it says IC and M, improved cylinder, and modified. So it already has chokes in it. There's a little bit of trash in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of stuck in the bottom. But anyway, the forearm looks great. You know, look at your typical release. There's no major chips, just a few little dings here, but it looks good. And then as far as the barrels are concerned, they look really good too. Of course, you see the Lanber name here. I'll put that in the top left. There's our screw-in chokes. There's our front bead, which has seen its better days, but can be replaced. Let me flip this around. Of course, you see the proof testing. It's just a nice ventilated rib over under. There's a little bit of a scratch right here. That's not the end of the world. You know, honestly, for just a beater trap shooting gun, I have no issues with that. Now the fun part, let's see if I can get it put back together. Wow. Probably because I had it on safe. Yep. Well, not because I had it on safe, just because I didn't push the lever over. Let's get that forearm on there. It doesn't fit really well. You guys will notice this. Kind of sticks out the bottom, so I may have to do a little bit of fitting on that. But other than that, you know, it works like it should. I just whacked it on the table, but really nice looking shotgun. Now, I say all that to say, the nice thing about these Lanbers is I can easily go out on places like Gunbroker and get chokes for them. I love that. If I had ended up actually with an AYA, I would have had to probably order those straight from Great Britain. I did find a company that makes them and sells them, but they would have had to come from England. I can get the Landbers, which is great. And then, you know, guys, like I said, this was $450, this was $399, and then I got 20% off that. So, was it a great deal? I'm not sure. If you guys are signed up for Atlantic Farms' emails, you'll notice that they put some of these out recently, and they got those from this same company. So basically they got them from Old Western Scrounger. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And they've got them for a pretty hefty markup. So just letting you know, you're going to get a better deal through Old Western Scrounger. My personal opinion, because I did look at them and they said they were Navy arms, if I'm not mistaken, or Spanish or something like that. They look exactly like the ones that Old Western Scrounger is selling. So, a little public service announcement there for you guys if you want to save a little bit of money. Now, like I said, just a couple cheap shotguns, cheaper shotguns. I guess when you talk in terms of double barrels, none of them are really cheap anymore these days, except for some of the Turkish ones. But if you want to get into cowboy action shooting, it's a good cheap way to do it right there. I've not shot these yet, just got them in. And like I said, I just think it was a good deal for the money, especially with that coupon code. Of course, you notice the conspicuous or inconspicuous Navy arms right there on the bottom. You know, they hit it pretty well. And once again, no major cracks or anything like that in the stock. So this one looks like it was made in 1976, I believe. If my serial number's not lying to me. So these are made in the 70s. Yeah, they're Spanish steel, but you know, I think they're pretty decent for the money. If you guys ever got any of these from them as well, make sure you weigh in the comment section down below. Let me know what you got. I'm very curious. Also curious to see what your dealings have been with Old Western Scrounger. I've only bought a few pieces from them. Obviously these two, as well as a I think it was a Yugo M57 pistol. But anyway, I thought it was a pretty good deal at the time, especially with that discount code. I don't know if I would have got it without the discount code, but it did save me some cash for sure. If you guys like stuff like this, make sure you hit the like and comment, or make sure you hit the like button and comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I am not sponsored by anyone, although it would be nice if I was, but it is what it is. Smaller channels, that's just the way it is. But plenty more content on the way, guys. I will try to get to more shooting and do more shooting and more refurbishing and more building. It's just finding the time, and everything has been absolutely crazy for the last couple of months for me. Yeah, just dealing with all sorts of stuff. A lot of stuff family related. Nothing bad, just, you know, taking care of people. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, you guys have a great day.